Yeah, my name is Jonas Santiago. DTTL. My name is Jonas Santiago.
All the cameras are this way.
DTTL. Driver test training, testing and licensing of DBL.
So we have officers, commanders from the Ghana Police Service here with us. We start from
Chief Inspector William Isi, Central MTT.
Chief Superintendent, as I'm from Port, 2 is Central MTT.
And this will be Martin Ayi, Commanding Officer, Central MTT.
I'm DCOP E.D. Staley, the Regional Police Commander, Accra.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you the Chief Director of the Greater Accra Regional Police Council, Madam Felicia Dapa. And then we have the Chief Servant of the region, our own Honorable Regional Minister, Member of Parliament for Ayawaso Central, Honorable Henry Quartey, who will be addressing us this morning. A round of applause. So at this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, we are rolling. Minister is going to address the media, and then after the address, if you have any questions, there will be an opportunity for us to do so. Thank you very much. Honorable Minister, please take it.
So, the Greater Accra Regional Commander of the Ghana Police Service, the Regional Commander for MTTD, Greater Accra Ghana Police Service, the 2IC, Greater Accra Regional Police Command, the Chief Inspector of the MTTD, Greater Accra, the Chief Director, representative from the Road Safety Commission, representative from the DVLA, staff of RCC, our friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed, and I say good morning to you all.
Good morning.
It gives me great pleasure to see all of you gathered here this morning for this very important exercise to announce the ban on Aboboya on the motorway effective 1st November 2021. Indeed, your presence here is a clear indication of your commitment towards curbing indiscipline on our roads and making sure that the goals of the agenda, let's make Accra work, becomes a reality. Ladies and gentlemen, as part of the efforts by the Regional Coordinating Council under the Let's Make Accra Work agenda in ensuring strict regulatory compliance with LI 2180, the Greater Accra Regional Security Council, RECSEC, has noted with concern the spate of gross indiscipline on our roads, especially by motorcycles and tricycle riders. Inasmuch as citizens have the right to own and ride motorcycles and tricycles, they must be done in accordance with the Road Traffic Regulations 2012 LI 2180. Further to this, RECSEC, in collaboration with the Motor Traffic and Transport Department, MTTD, of the Ghana Police Service, the National Road Safety Authority, and the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority, intends to rigorously enforce road traffic regulations in the metropolis through a joint task force, particularly in the area of crossing traffic lights when it turns red, riding without a license, the use of an unregistered motorbike, bicycle or tricycle, and riding without the appropriate gear. as I said earlier on, effective 1st November 2021, no motorized tricycle, and I repeat, no motorized tricycle, otherwise known as Aboboya, should ply the motorway. This is just for Aboboya. However, in line with the intended exercise, all motorized tricycles, in particular, motorcycle and tricycle riders should keep away from all major highways and principal streets and restrict their operations to community riding by 1st February 2022. All owners of unregistered and uninsured motorcycles and tricycles shall have up to Tuesday, November 30th, 2021. Let me repeat. All owners of unregistered or uninsured motorcycles and tricycles shall have up to Tuesday, November 30th, 2021 to regularize their documentation. Non-compliance to this directive shall be the basis for legal action. Where motorcycles and tricycles remain unregistered, owners or riders must possess and provide valid customs/shipping documents. 4. All unlicensed motorcycle and tricycle riders shall be arrested, prosecuted, and be made to acquire a valid rider's license. 5. All motorcycle and tricycle riders shall observe all road traffic regulations. Riders who cross the red light as well as violate other traffic regulations shall be arrested and prosecuted. 6. All motorcycle, pylon riders, tricycle riders shall wear the appropriate gears, i.e., reflective jackets, helmets, knee and elbow protectors, and boots where applicable. 7. All motorcycles shall not carry more than 2 persons, i.e., the rider and 1 person. I repeat, all motorcycle riders or all motorcycles shall not carry more than 2 persons, i.e., the rider and a person. All offenders will have their motorcycles, tricycles impounded. Offenders will be given a maximum of 1 month to show cause why the bikes should not be disposed of in accordance with CI 76 of the Ghana Police Service. Ladies and gentlemen, on this note, I would like to urge you all to support this campaign with sensitization and massive education programs to create awareness among the citizenry in our collective efforts to make Greater Accra work again. Thank you very much for your kind attention, and may God bless us all.
Indeed, we all want to make Greater Accra work. The Honorable Greater Accra Regional Minister has just spoken. Now the floor is for the media. If there is anything in what the minister has just stated that you need further clarification or anything that you want to add on, kindly raise your hand, let's see you, and then we move on there. You mentioned your name and your media house.
My name is Eche from Ghana. Minister, I just want a clarification. You mentioned that the motor riders by February of next year should not be using major roads. I just want to be clear. What kind of motor riders are we talking about? Because we know the number of these motorcycles that engage in businesses like commercial businesses that are branded. Do they also fall within this group of persons you're referring to? And in any case, can we define which roads are the major roads you referring to?
So first of all, I didn't say motorbikes. I said tricycles for the records, for much clarity, aka Aboboya. And we all know what principal streets are, unless you have, I have to let you know. I'm sure you know what principal streets are. Motorways, we are banning them effective 1st November. The others are N1, I mean principal streets. I mean, that is clear for us. I don't think that I need to say much on that. And I shall be grateful if this is not miscommunicated. The Aboboyas are banned from the usage of the motorway effective November. However, they have up to the 1st of November for full implementation of the restriction of the usage. 1st February, 2022, of the restrictions of the usage of the principal highways and the major streets, by which time the details on Operation Clean Your Frontage would have been dealt with. We are saying that most of these Aboboyas, indeed, they are in the informal sector and they help the creation of jobs and also lifting of rubbish and all other things that we need in the society. But for the ban on them using the principal streets to be very effective and efficient, there's a directive. The waste management companies will, as a matter of urgency, build 29 transfer stations in all the 29 MMDAs. So an Aboboya will have no reason to say that he or she or the rider is lifting a rubbish, say, from Nima and is riding on the principal streets to go and dump at Amasaman, because there should be a transfer station at Nima. So this is the point that we have to make clear. And also, it is to ensure that we regulate the services of the tricycle riders. So the DVLA has been spoken to, and DVL officials will move to all the district assemblies, and all users of Aboboya will be registered in their respective assemblies. They will be given riders license. They will be their tricycles will be insured, and then the assemblies will also register them and give them business operating permits. So we are allowing a grace period of almost 90 days for all these processes, building of the transfer sites, registration of all the users of tricycles to be done. And also your good selves, the media, will help us to embark on a massive sensitization, education and awareness to this very bylaw, so that by 1st of February 2022 we'll have a full strict compliance to the bylaw restricting Aboboyas from plying the major streets, high streets, principal streets in the Greater Accra region.
So, Minister, is it the understanding that, sorry, my name is Aboboya. Is it the understanding that Aboboyas will now be limited to the district or the municipal area they operate?
Absolutely.
So that they cannot move, for instance, from Kaneshi to La Paz?
Correct.
Okay. How are you going to, what role, for instance, is the police going to play in ensuring an effective implementation of such or this laudable idea? Because obviously, somebody on a Aboboya as against a policeman standing somewhere would be difficult to deal with.
Well, as part of the details, rather, on the Let's Make Accra Work agenda, after the DVLA have finished registering the riders, insurance companies have finished insuring them, or the tricycles rather, as I said, the MMDAs will register them and give them business operating permits. Their tricycles will be embossed with the assembly's logos, just as we see on the taxi. So clearly, when a policeman sees, for instance, a tricycle in the CBD with an embossment around it saying, for instance, Ayawaso West Wogon, clearly you know that this tricycle shouldn't have been there. And so it is easier for the police to do so. And again, we are not inventing the wheels actually. This is a directive. We are extracting from LI 2180 of the Motor Traffic Regulations.
My name is Kofi Duma from OMTV. Minister, I want some clarification. Are they going to educated, like, although the media is going to carry it away to show it how. Media, there should be some form of education. Maybe if you move from one place to another.
I was wondering whether you were here all along. I said sensitization, awareness, education. So that answers your question.
You are right.
Yes. And we are getting the NCC.
The reason why I'm asking
There's no reason, because I've said it already. We are getting the NCCE, the assemblies, who will go around with announcement vans. They will go to the marketplaces. We've spoken to the office of the chief imam. We are getting the religious groups and all that. There will be mass education. That is why we are giving 3 months grace period, so that the education, information, sensitization, awareness is done properly before the implementation that takes effect on the 1st of February. So you can see a 90-day period will be enough, and the RCC will supervise a team who will put in place the mechanisms to ensure that this education goes down to the grassroots.
Thank you, sir.
Very well.
Any more hands?
Please ask all the questions so that when you are reporting.
Yes. So your name and your media house.
Yeah, my God, when you join us. Yeah, so a place like I also West Woburn. I don't know how the assemblies will be cut out, but there's a major road, N4. So for instance, you're moving from Legon to Okongo, you have to use a principal street. How would be?
So that's a very good question. I also West Woburn and Okankwe North are areas that we have already looked at, because Okankwe North serves more or less 2 sub-metros, and you have the N1 in between it. So in cases like that, we give them separate embossment indicating that they are maybe Okankwe North 1, Okankwe North 2. But these logos will be made available to the implementers. That's the MTTD, Department of Ghana Police, Road Safety, and the DVL. And it will just be like the distribution of the compaction trucks. As I said, under Operation Clean Your Frontage, all assemblies will have a minimum of 1 compaction truck. You heard me say that at the Independence Square. And these are the reasons why we are saying that. For instance, Ayawaso West Woburn is a large area, and so they are likely to have about 3 or 4 compaction trucks because of what you have just said. So we are aware of that, and we will work out a modality that will suit the users and, of course, the implementers as well.
So the question I was asking was, so if I have to move as an Aboboya from Legon to Congo, the only road available is the principal street.
Yeah, but you have a transfer site within your area of operation, so there's no need for you to cross. The bone of contention here is that they cross because they have to go and dump the rubbish somewhere. And that is what we call the transfer sites. It receives the rubbish from the Aboboyas, and then and the compaction trucks will come for them. So when there's a compaction truck in your area of operation, you have no grounds to cross the road. Are we clear? No, don't declare that. Are we clear?
The point of it is Legon and Congo are just opposite each other.
No, but I'm saying that if there is a transfer site within the Ongolo catchment area, why would you want to cross to Legon? So now you get me.
Papa, are you okay now? So any more hand asked?
My name is Michael from transfer sites to be completed. And if those transfer sites are not completed at the schedule within which you are banning this, would we still go ahead with the ban, or will we wait for the transfer site to be completed before?
Well, we have given 90 days moratorium. So we are able to put all these mechanisms in place. And by the grace of God, we will do our best to ensure that the transfer sites are built and completed and even test run before the 1st of February, so that the bylaw will take effect from 1st of February. It is our hope and prayer that we'll be able to do this.
Minister, we hope and pray, but given where you say, do you sincerely believe that within 90 days this will be accomplished?
Well, I want us to move away from doubts. Yesterday is gone. Another day has come. We have to do something. And by the grace of God, ever since we started, we have always walked our talk, and we have been on time. 1st July to move Aboboya, and 1st July we move them. We've come back again. We are saying by the 1st of February, inshallah, transfer stations will be built, and Aboboyas will not have no costs to ride on highways, principal streets, or major streets.
Thank you very much.
The last one from
What
yes, we know that the Aboboyas do not only carry bola and other stuff. Some of them use it for water and other goods. Are they also included in this particular one? And what is the?
I want us to, so can you give me the definition of a tricycle, please? What is a tricycle?
So those cycle with.
So we are not really concerned about the business that they do or what they carry. We are saying tricycles, except to say that we've given it a nickname, Aboboya. Okay? Very well.
Thank you very much. So there was a hand here.
So it's okay. This question has been answered.
Do we have any more hands up there?
Okay, so thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
So I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you for coming this afternoon. Kindly remain seated after our dignitaries are gone, and then we'll have other matters. Thank you.
I'm told I should do tree for the.
Yes.
Hey, I am on there. You can't get okay upon your hook, and then you were Greater Accra Regional Police Commander. You were Greater Accra Regional Commander, MTTD. You were Greater Accra Regional Police Commander, Nabidi. Your son was MTTD for one Chief Inspector, Ewan Mantem. Your son also was Yewura, original Road Safety Commission name. Your son was Yewura, original DVL name. Adofo, your Kasa, your RCC staff, your Chief Director, your Adofo no Mamisha, your Nanfonomo, Amuye, Rua, Munsam, and Centrofo, and ne, Yamia Wahua, and near Niji, and obey, say, Yanimu, Bedison, Pomui, Ayamide, say, and ne, Yabibetum, when him say. If you did be a friend who say Aboboya, Tricycles, if he November 1st, young person, one bay a Juma, our motorways, one way for superbium. I feel so soon, Yadamasi set my back. We just say, let's make a crowd work agenda. Yadia 2 and so I want to me and some trouble for. Most of what the Muhammad said, they are said, you might be ever possible ye am I young. And you are normally a document here. Let's make a car work agenda here. It's true, I woman who can say a share health, security, a discipline and order. And Nuntino, ye share in Shishay. You were Greater Accra Regional Security Council. Your friend said Rexec. Rexec, he had transit, and the actress, Yashim, and he who said, oh, share Tricycles, any motor riders, one and she share and woman yama, I was city pansuno, and trade ye pra. Ampa, a woman say, and Brahma who crying, say, Sabiota fracture, Uputo, Sika, which me up for Tomoto, which me up for tricycle, na waka. But a moment, no, utopia, say, Odemra, a cahono, a yejuma. Samrano, any friend say Road Traffic Regulations 2012, LI 2180. Afe, Efi, Ekwe, Rexec, Yane DVL for Enyankitaho, Anna, Yane DVL Enyankitaho, Yane MTTD of Ghana Police Service Enyankitaho, Yane Road Safety Commission for Enyankitaho. Yane DVL so enyakitaho se wo mo behwe aka bom na wanya wo yika sa ifidie yi a wo mo do traffic light asia wo mo nyina mchenchen o de chese emra no pra wo fa bi pra nya adwuma afi de emra no ebenya mo aposifo behwe se ukuta motorbike a yesi fafa nipa mienu enye nipa miensa afi ube share o helmet ube register o moto no ube insure no sa nyama we wanya aban ana emra no eni ubedie afi efi November se di kankan no first no Aboboya aye tricycle se esua nsuo se esua spare part o se esua boiler o said baby kura the fan in motorway you cannot, and I repeat, you will not be allowed to ride on the motorway. Afe and I'm operation clean your front and you my year and the Muntian ye Aboboya no if in November no motorway no super any same memo fa one begusu ayomajuma February next year 2022 first samre no na ya din hihye atoto ho se be ya won ya wo yusu Aboboya no won betumi aye adwuma ewo omo assemblies mu afi won ya won wo motorcycles se eye wo de o se wo de amu bi adwuma any tricycles maumu up to afi mo November 30th say when beko akọ register when niamano na wa hwe say enkrata bibia aye adwuma enye saa de a emra no eni hu bedi say ukuta motorcycle na say wunya register no a bomodeni say e gyina wo a ye ntia hu register no de bekire na ebom no sa moto no enkrata ewo hu ena afi customs any shipping document ekere say eye moto a wa to a wona mpan so a wo kwa register say ukuta moto ana tricycle na say unkuta license a ayi emra no ni obedie ebechu e do be court na ye emra no ama wa kwa register na wanya license no afi when you come moto tricycles nyina soso no ye pese won share nsu se red so red aso ese ujira yellow e chere se akakra na ese ujira green no what twem se green so ana red so mum na se ofamu a ene enye obi na kumentri de tosun sia when you ride motorcycles see esan ride moto no ene hu keka ho no emra no ana diabetes we so kire se won be hye entade a ya hihye a o ride moto ya esau hye obodi friend protective gear ebi ni ye reflective jacket to bi ade asa oti moto so o kwa se bibi eye ahyensode se owura okoi moto na di manim wan je bibi sa na obehu na moto na car na kofo helmet se be ya onyame mpemu BBC that's a bad motor no part of one. Uchi na wo helmet no na uchi ankopai. I can say the knee. Bukoto dwe e will be a motor phone so share. Ni nyina ye say BBC a wakasa ho ban. Afi se ebeyam pa na commercial goods. Na mode ayeyi madika ka ho no mesan ka biom se motor riders bia ana motor bia e se fa nipa mienu enye miensa dodo no a ubemu se nipa miensa na sa etati motor so na se enya so mu pe a emra no enu obedie afi Ghana police e wo bibia ye friend se CI-76 no the air says a police for Sakawa. When the ones are better with the so Musumi Bako, Nempo Waba, no Wabachelor or documents no Bibia. Sir, when to me, I'm Musumi Bako in moi. Let's say a police for the one Mano, a CI-76 no, a Bayajuma. And you are no mere Dofano, Edamasi, sir, but to me about a bit here. Oh, how are you? If you are anyame swallow in poetry, when I've been an annual if you are none can you or the son or backman or son or can ever to a deny short. Men I've been a level dig the cocoa. Kenyaka and my greater or lunch non watch all like Operation Clean Your Frontage, Independence Square. A cuckoo for Kakajaka, Fally Fimo, or Tony Mofemo, Aboboya, a sheer mean, a sheer here, he will fair, Aboboya, feel a Fally. Jan no way, your Operation Clean Your Frontage, as she share. What not going to watch all the tricycle. Me, I will let Bayaka Aboboya. Be na me I'm a no I'm a wow I'm a low dre I'm a low no I'm a two ni chumo sang I'm la lo eto ko yake e ba fite de kegbe me na ni chumo dabi shimon ato bejano to ni amenya me chu ameni chumo juba bo ho onyo chu no juba ni mo gogo ni nye hu la nwenye nye juba ene ewo e bala ke November 1st and ke Aboboya ne one may am a bedon ni a banye motor wear. She didn't know I can once money I met you a many lulu a war. DVLA. Ibaya, he no all district assembly sefe mofe mono your jeme cashing yen get a flat down your motorcycle or your tricycle. Ababa dano na register with jeme. Ka register boy abahabo license ka gbena abahabo insurance ka gbene assembly hu ba register bo ne habo business operating permit onyen no shijeme no ya tuni assembly kokoro ya ko cross be utombra ine wo Aboboya amase akenon mo chole aka embossment kenye pe taxi sa here aka pe to taxi here no na ke ne ke taxi ne bie sa le tuni ye aba fele na ka ni ke hani anagbe na chuneke ni chumo ne ojoba hu iwo won ha bie nyodie 90 days kona nyana fe na kani bi na fe je no hu no ni hewo ni ba bala ke Aboboya ba ka ke o be mi in load ye settle mi yan sawan ni ati ju e ma shwe ene hewo wo ke me ni load ye fe ni the waste management company say bi nyodie tene ni ameba ma no no cho the transfer sites o ka Aboboya ya load je no hu e ba chi shwe e cross city be no ne kani bi na fe wo ka ba o ba kwe ina ka ni bi aba e ka be ni ba she first February be apa e machine do ba agbene wo wi ake mo ni otamoto ni ko she red dem ni if you want to mo bo yin mra fe yo de ye ma na me ko to red dem ko to mi aba mo bo no keke red ye be wa keke green be ya yellow be o she ni agbene sa no wa me hu eto ame ya ke be na mi ame yin moto di moto aka wole be menyo na me wole go me te ke gbe ka na bo aba mo bo agbene hu won wi aka shi ọ̀fẹ́ mo ní òtá àmótò ẹ̀ bọ́mọdé ní owó nínú ọ̀tọ́ rẹ̀ reflective jacket bọ́nà fi kẹ́jì ìnà lòóyà ní lọ́lìpá kàtàbọ̀ agbẹ̀nẹ̀ òbá bó helmet òbá wo talẹ̀ níbí ní àtò ní kẹ́ àráìd mọ́tò ẹ̀ ní àráìd ọ̀ jẹ́ nù ń wẹ̀ wọ̀nyí akẹ́ àpòsífò ẹ̀ káàmì mọ́tò ẹ̀kẹ́ níbí yẹ efe pii tọ́yà mẹ́yàlẹ́ ẹ̀mí ọ̀sùnmọ́ ní ìbáraẹ̀ nàkàn ẹ̀dọ́n wọ́n àbáhà nyọ̀nkùnmé kó ní nọ́ní ọ̀ náà mọ́bọ̀ akẹ́wọ́ bá yà court ní ó yà tsọ́ yà jí ọ̀nà ṣùgbọ́n ń kẹ́ ọba ní nyọ̀nkùnmé hò dàgbẹ̀nẹ̀ Ghana police èyàn mìlákò nídìí wọ̀tsọ́ lẹ̀ CI 76 àmẹ́kẹ̀lẹ́ àtúní ìjẹ́mẹ́lẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ bàlá kẹ̀bẹ̀ mọ́tò ẹ̀ ìbá ọ̀dẹ̀ náà ọ̀fẹ́ wọ̀tsọ́ ní ọ̀mànyé jùlọ àfẹ́ wọ̀ náà.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen from the media. We are so grateful to you for coming.